let's just start. And I hope that the audio is a little bit louder now. Yeah, let me know if it's okay like that or if it should be even louder. Okay, let's just start. We are going chronologically. And the first book I read in July is Greta, I think now. Greta and Waldine. Greta and Waldine by Rebecca K. Riley. I think it looks really cool, very modern. This is the story of Greta and Waldine, 20-something brother and sister with near an unpronounceable surname, a sprawling Maori Russian Catalonian family, and questionable taste in partners. Yeah. So, I like this. I liked this book a lot, actually. I think I gave it 4 stars. So, as it said, it's about Greta and Waldine, who are siblings, and I think they have one other brother. And yeah, this book is like about them trying to navigate in their lives. I think they are like in their 20s, 20 something. This book covers a lot of topics that are relevant when you are in your 20s. It talks about family, it talks about love, relationships. And I think it did it in a very unique, yet, how do you say, like you could identify yourself with some of the aspects, maybe not all of them, of course, but yeah. has a lot of anxiety, is rather shy, and just in general thinks about a lot of things. Yeah, and then this ghost goes to a party and finds another one or another person that is also a ghost and feels the same, and they just come to the idea that maybe they could make like the Sad Ghost Club to connect with other people. So originally I thought that this was played in a world where all people are ghosts, but it isn't like that. I think this like ghost thing is just like a metaphor for feeling anxious, because the ghost is at a party and you see all the other people are people. I thought it was really cute. It's nothing like groundbreaking or something, but it's really cute, and I think I will read the other parts of it. I think there are like, I don't know how many parts there are, to be honest. I think I also gave these 4 stars. Yeah. Okay. And then I felt like something really different, I would say. And I read a romance novel. So I read Beach Read by Emily Henry. And I really like Emily Henry's books every now and then, when I feel like a rather happy story. I mean, there are always like kind of serious topics also in them, but there will be a happy ending, and so this is about 2 writers who know each other from college, and our female main character, which is also like the perspective in which the story is told, she like moves to this town for some, sorry, my headphones are not really working, so I'm a little bit confused right now. But we'll just have to mention it like that. Okay, so our female main character gets into this town where which is like mostly a holiday town, and she meets this other writer who she knows from college, and she doesn't really like him because she always thought that he's like a little bit snobby, because our female main character writes romance novels, but our male main character writes literary fiction, and so she always feels like that he looks a little bit like down on her. So they are not off to a good start. And just liked it. I think some people kind of hate on this book. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it gave me what I expected and what I wanted, so yeah. Yeah, and I also can't really say what my most favorite Emily Henry book is, because I would say it's Book Lovers, but it's so long ago that I read it that I'm not really sure how I would rate it right now. Okay. So, and then we kinda really switched genres again, but not that much, I would say. So next I read this German edition in ihrem Haus, by Yael van der Woeden. And you may recognize this cover. I feel like this book is kind of viral right now. Maybe not like in the mainstream, but yeah, nevertheless, in English it's called The Safe Keep, and it has the same cover. Yeah, and I just thought it sounded so interesting that I had to get it. So this takes part in 1961 in the Netherlands, and our main character Isabel lives there in a house where her mother, who is dead, once lived with, like her and her brothers when they were kids. And yeah, she loves this house. She really takes care of it. She loves all the stuff in the house. Yeah, you have to imagine, like, in the old days, a kind of rich woman that has a big house is nearly alone all day. Yeah, and then her brother has a new girlfriend, and she gets to live with her for like some weeks or some months, and things get missing. So like Isabel can't find some of her stuff, and of course she thinks that Ava, who's like the girlfriend of the brother I was talking about, takes these things. Yeah, it's kind of cryptic when you just say that. I don't know if, do I want to spoil? Do I want to spoil? I don't know. Yeah, I have to say, when I heard of that book, I also heard of something else, which kind of made me read it. But if you really don't want to get spoiled because you really want to read it, maybe skip like 20 seconds into the others. This is also a queer love story. Between Ava and Isabel, and it's a really interesting story because it's like so raw, so what the fuck, sorry. It's so raw, it's so real. first two, of course. The Naturals and Killer Instinct. And now there's only one book left, which is Bad Blood. Yeah, I think I already talked about this series on this channel. I won't really tell what this book is about because it's like 13 series, even though they are like kind of standalones. I mean, they're interconnected, and you should read them in order. But yeah, in every book, a case is solved, and there's also like one big case through all of the novels. But the main plot is about one case. But the Natural series in general is about Cassie, who is a mentalist, I would say. Do they call it like that? No, they don't call it like that. A profiler. Yeah, she's a profiler. And she's like in this team of the FBI where they are teenagers with all like special abilities. One can detect lies, one can read emotions, one is really good with numbers. And yeah, they solve cases. I mean, it's, to be honest, it's a bit silly, but it's also a quick read. writing. Is that a correct sentence? I don't know. But I thought, okay, let's give it a go. Do you think I liked it or not? 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 I liked it. I also gave it, I think, 4 stars. To be honest, the end. I don't know. I'm not sure about the end. I really loved the first 2/3 maybe of the book. I also annotated it because I really liked it. Can you see? Yeah, kind of. Maybe I will find a quote. The first quote. No, the first quote isn't that good out of context. Yeah. The morning after her engagement party in the car with her uncle, Celine McGaw momentarily wonders why she's marrying a man, but she doesn't much question it. She's not an idiot. She's just been carefully taught. Yeah, so this book is about a couple, as you may already thought, looking at the title. So, okay, let's read the book. Meet Celine and Luke, to all intents and purposes the happy couple, but Celine's more interested in playing the piano and Luke's a serial cheater. Oh, I'm not in focus now. As the big day approaches, the complicated lives of the wedding party begin to unravel. A fed-up bridesmaid, a lovesick best man, guests and family members all find themselves searching for their own happily ever afters. From the author of Exciting Times, this is a sparkling ensemble novel about modern love. I don't know if this is modern love, to be honest. I hope not. This book is also told in multiple perspectives. We have the perspectives of both of the people in the couple, which are Celine and Luke, and we also have other perspectives. One is like from the sister, one is from the best friend of the man. So, and what I really loved about this book is that you really get deep into the characters of Celine and Luke. We have their own perspectives, but we also have the perspectives of the people around them, who have, of course, other images of them, I would say. And yeah, when you have like the first perspective, which is of Celine, which is like